I'm upset. I'm mad. I'm sad. Oh my gosh, all my Funkos just fell over. I'm just gonna leave these down for now. I don't want to deal with those. My day has been rough. I'm just gonna. I want to be very. Like we said yesterday. I want to be very genuine on this, or a couple days ago. I want to be very genuine on this podcast for real. I've been since the around the afternoon of yesterday. I've been very sad. With everything that's going on. And I'm not going to use this platform to get really deep into those topics, because they are controversial, they are sensitive, and I don't want to use this platform to go into those things. However, I do want to use this platform to talk about like at least what I think is just the human nature in my eyes, and maybe I'm just a 17, about to turn 18, naive kid, but just everything that I see right now, from everywhere, seems just not right to me, and that bothers me, and yeah, I'm gonna tell you about my day real quick, because it was just it was not a good one. I've been having trouble sleeping lately. Haven't been able to get much sleep the past couple nights. So I've been very tired. But last night I finally fell asleep at like a decent time, and woke up at 4:30, which is the time that I have to get up, because I have a grounds crew job at a golf course, which I love. It was just one of those days where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm super tired. And it was just it was one of those days, but I mean, I had to get through that. I mean, it is what it is. And got to work. Had a good work day. However, every single time I got a notification on my phone, from Instagram, from Twitter, from Facebook, from ESPN, a text message, news, anything, it made me mad, or it made me sad. It pissed me off. It just there was a lot going on today, going through my head, and it was difficult today, man. It was. I'm a big NBA fan. I've been sad about the playoffs. I honestly understand why. But it's just everything. It seems off. It seems off to me. So many things were running through my head today. I had to write them down. So sorry if I'm looking at my notes or anything, because it was just, I want to finish with my day, because it was just a stressful day. It just kind of felt like a lot was being put on me, just things like that. It was a wild day. And there's certain things going on with school that I have to figure out. And there's certain things with my job that I have to figure out. And there's just all sorts of stuff. So it was just a stressful day. But I'm glad that I have this podcast now to talk about it. But what I want to use this platform for is to talk about the whys, the hows, the why not. That's at least my opinion, because I ask, one, how did we get to just this point? Why did we get to this point? Why? This is my biggest question, and I keep bringing this up. And it might be cliche to some people, but I don't get the just not being kind to people. I don't get the not being kind to people. I've tried to work on it. I get mad 100%, but I try to kill them with kindness. I think that might be the cliche part, is the kill them with kindness part. But it's something that I really do try to practice. One, I think it ends in better results. Two, I think it can keep it flowing a little bit better, rather than just yelling back and forth, which I'm guilty of 100%. But it kind of helps. And then also, I think at the end, when you do kind of kill them with kindness, I think it kind of is a little gut wrenching to the opposition. I think at the end point, which isn't I think that's just a little extra benefit. But the hate that I see everywhere from all angles, whether we're talking politically or we're talking sports wise or we're talking just whatever, like, I have had to take a step back. I've never done this before. I've never had a problem with it. I had to take a step back today, log out of everything, because everything that I saw today made me sad and made me upset. Like I keep saying, because it's so, like, I've been so upset today that I didn't want to leave my house to go get my sweet tea. So you've seen this one that you saw in the last podcast that I just opened up, right? It's not. I've legitimately been very, very upset today. I've cried twice today on my own because of the upset, because of the sadness, because of the what's going on. I think that's the biggest question that I think a lot of people have is, what in the world is going on in our world? Like, and maybe it's just, and I mean, I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world really, but at least where I'm at and in America, it just doesn't seem fun. Like, outside looking in, if you're looking at America right now, I wouldn't want to be here, and I can understand that. I also understand as an American that we have a lot of good benefits being an American, and I love America. But it's just things just seem weird. Things seem obviously things are different. Obviously, COVID has a factor, and everyone's on ease. You know, by the fourth week, I mean, there was tension. There was tension in my household, and my household's really, I tend to think pretty friendly with each other, and there was tension there, by the fourth week, and we're what's today's date? Today's the 27th, of August, and I got released out of school, I think, like mid-March or something like that. Like, it's been a while, and it's taking a toll mentally on my health. I finally talked to my guy who I've been talking about bringing on the podcast. I think we're gonna come up with a date here pretty soon, and I want to have him at least share what he shared with me, because I know it's helped so much. And I also want to talk about something that I've had to deal with over the past couple of months that I've never had to deal with before, which is anxiety. I've had a lot of anxiety about the future. I've had a lot of anxiety about the present, which I've never had before. I've always been a person to I don't know why have I never been looking at the camera? I don't know. I've always been looking at the screen that I have over here. I want to start kind of looking at the camera just to be a little more intimate with you guys. I'll look back and forth. But I lost my train of thought. Mayo, what was I talking about? I completely lost my train of thought. Well, my anxiety. Yes. Okay. Yes. So by week 3 or 4, I was getting a little jittery. Just like, wow, I really like to see some people. I would like to see some friends, or I would like to talk to somebody, or try to put a smile on someone's face, or try which you can't even do. I mean, you can't even see anybody's face right now. But that's something that I think a lot of people have had to deal with recently as well. Because my anxiety has been through the roof. Had a small anxiety attack today, actually, just because there was so much going on at one time. It was just but it's hard. It's super hard, and I've had to learn that, because there's see what the time frame is on this. All right. It's super hard, and I've had to it's been hard learning how to deal with it, because you don't know how to deal with it if you haven't experienced it before. I'm lucky my mom is a psychologist. I have my own little therapist in my own home, so that definitely helps out a lot with just some of the own things. And we have a great mother-son relationship, so it just all kind of works out for me in that way. But in other ways, it's just been like, whew, this is a lot I've never had to deal with before. Like, when I guess what I can just like describe today was like, it felt like my whole my muscles were just like were super tense. It felt like my whole body was under tension. I really just had to sit down, and even when I sat down, it still felt like my body was tension. So I kept getting back up and down, and I was like, this probably isn't the best thing to do. So I just kind of sat down, and like Josh was saying the other day, meditation, man. Whew. This is one thing that I'm going to talk about with my friend is about meditation. If you haven't looked into meditation, please do. Dudes out there, look into meditation. Holy moly, meditation and like certain yoga stretches and stuff like that. It helps. It really does, and it's beneficial, and it can turn a day around really fast. And that's what it kind of did for me today. Is just sitting back, have some deep breaths, and another thing that I was jumping into the next thing is dealing with my anxiety. I've also learned a lot about myself in the last couple months. Something I want to talk to, at least for myself, which I'm almost 18, and I am just now learning how to be thankful and how to show some gratitude. I'm fortunate that I've lived a good life. I've been to Disney many times. I've gotten really cool experiences, gotten to go to some cool games, et cetera. I haven't. This time really made me look back and think, wow, I'm really thankful for those times because this really sucks. And it's it literally almost is bringing me to tears again, just to say how the conversations that I've had with my parents, the conversations just saying like, hey, I want to let you guys know how thankful I am for you guys, and thankful for all that you have done for me, and I'm not trying to be cliche or soppy or anything. It's just, you got to take a step back, and I think it's the first step in getting back to okay, things are looking a little better, because in my opinion, every single day it keeps looking downhill, and people keep saying, some people say, oh, it's gonna change in November, or January 1st is coming around, it'll be fine. I don't know. I think this is really, I don't think this is I think there are some things that have to change from top to bottom. And I'm not saying that has to be the presidency or at the bottom level, or I don't know. I still to this day don't know what is going on with all that. But I think us as humans, us as Americans, kids, young adults, if y'all listen to this right now, take me seriously for 10 seconds. Take a step back and realize how lucky you are, or maybe not how lucky you are. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself in that manner, but take a step back and just say, okay, what can I do in this situation right now that can help me out? That like I said in the very first podcast, I think self-care, got it. That's what I wasn't doing. I was not helping myself. I was still trying to be that Palmer that was trying to help everyone else. That's just my personality, and I love that. That's what I love doing. But I had to take a step back and think, I can't do that right now. I have to find other ways to occupy myself. I can't just, I'm not just gonna sit around. I was sitting around, like a normal 17-year-old boy would do in the midst of Michigan winter. Is sit around in the room. We had a heater that way overheated one day. It was so hot. We're watching YouTube, all that. We're just being lazy bums. And I had to take a step back and think, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? I got a job that I have to wake up at 4:30 for now. I'm starting school again. I gotta have a structured schedule on that. There's certain classes that I have college classes and things like that I have to keep up with, and there's a lot going on. But I know I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't want this one to be too long, because I don't want you guys to just listen to me ramble the whole time. But just, I've had to take a step back. I've had to look at things differently. I've had to, and I think that's going around a lot lately. If you're saying that, please be sincere, because at least in my opinion, there's certain things that I've had to deal with that But like, it's hard. It's really hard to deal with these things, and people don't understand it. I didn't understand it before I got into it. My mom has bad anxiety, and I've never dealt with. I've seen it firsthand, but I've never experienced it firsthand. And I've always said, yeah, I'm so thankful that that I don't have anxiety or something like that. And then it hit me, and I was like, oh my gosh, this sucks. And I'm so sorry to anybody that I've said, well, anxiety is not that big of a deal, to anybody who has anxiety, because it's tough. It is tough. But yeah, I mean, listen, do what you need to do right now to help yourself, to help your family, to help, if you can help others, please do right now. It's a wild time out there, y'all. It's a wild time. And I'm glad that I'm here and I'm able to share this with you guys and anything like that. But we're going to wrap it up right here. There is one big announcement that we have to make. Mayhole. Yes, sir. Think Mayhole's guy you want to come over here real fast and we can say this together real quick? Sure. Mayhole made a big decision today, actually. The American Indian podcast will be resuming at the Speck household for at least the next probably 6 months. Yep. Mayhole has decided that he's going to chill here for the beginning, at least for the first semester of his college year, freshman year, just because of there's a lot of uncertainties around our area right now, and I think we wanted to make sure that he was in a safe spot and he was cool. We wanted to make sure his family back home felt good. Yep. And so yeah, but that's what I want to say. God bless you all. God bless to Mayhole and his college. It's a wild time right now, y'all, and we're all dealing with different things, and please realize that. That's something that I've had to realize too, especially recently. I've had to deal with my own things, but I haven't realized, like, oh wow, everyone else is probably dealing with a lot of other crap too that I probably don't realize. So I've had to deal with that. I've had to look back at that. So hey, episode 4 of the American Indian Podcast. I wanted to talk about a little NBA. I wanted to talk about some funny stuff, but sometimes I do want to just have these conversations to sit back, think seriously for a second, and look at yourself, look at our world, and say, how can I make things around me better? So, yep. I think that about wraps it up. I love you guys. This has been so awesome. I love doing this so much. I've been thinking about the podcast tonight. This is what I'm talking about. Yep. I want to do this. I've been talking to Mayhole about it all day. Awesome. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys for all the likes and the recent subscribers that we've had. 61. Right, we're killing for 39 more, and we got a giveaway. 39 more, and we're gonna do a live, and I think I'm gonna do a T-shirt giveaway of something. So I think it's gonna be fun. But there we go, episode 4 of the American Indian Podcast. We're out. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace out.